In this video, we're going to see some recipes of Selenium and buttons. But what can we do with buttons, you might ask? Well, first thing, or the most common thing, is actually clicking the buttons. But we're not just going to do that. We're also going to go a little bit deeper and explore some options which might come in useful in our test. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to click on the button. We're going to check the background color of some buttons. The success seems nice. And we're going to check the color of some link buttons. So let's get started. In our IntelliJ, we're going to create a new class. I'm going to name it buttons test. And this class extends our base test. And in here, we're going to create a method, public void. I'm going to name it button tests, and we're going to add the add test add notation. Good. And in here we're going to basically do our test. The first thing which we want to do is call our driver method and navigate to this URL here. Do this by making driver cat and then pasting in the URL. Let me add some comments here. Navigate to the page, and then we can start adding or start finding the buttons. So let's go out to the page and see if we can locate them. So we select the element, we go on inspect, and here we have a couple of classes. Let me see if I can make a CSS selector that is unique. And it seems we have one. So with using this CSS selector, we identify this success button. Okay, let's add that to IntelliJ. So we're going to create a web element, going to name it success button, and let's find to doing driver, find element by, and we're going to do CSS selector, and here we're going to paste the selector. Okay, let's find the other one. So we have this link here, going to inspect again, and I think in a similar fashion we can find this one as well. So I'm basically adding a point and removing the spaces between the names in the class, and that's how you do this CSS selector of when your class is divided by spaces. So let's add this one to our IntelliJ as well. That was link button, and we do driver, find element by CSS selector, and we have the second element. The third element is this drop down. Here we have also a big class which we can use. However, we also have an ID. Let's see, can we use this ID? We can copy the selector or the ID, and if we paste it here, you can see it finds a couple more elements, not just one. But since this is an ID, we need to add the asterisk sign here, and then it's going to have a unique selector. Perfect. So let's add this one to IntelliJ as well. So that was drop down button. I'm going to driver, find element by, and in this case we're going to do ID, and we're going to enter the ID. Okay, so we said that one test that we want to do is to click the button. So what more? We want to Okay, let's just do this one and give it a go to see if it works. Dot click, and we can run this test to see if it works. And it seems our test has passed. Perfect. So that's one test. But if we want to actually assert something, we will, so as I said, we want to check the background color of this element and the color of this link. So let's see if we can find those colors. So we have here the element, and if we go to the style section, we have some colors here. We can double click this one, or basically click on the color. And here we have the hex value of this type of green. But if we want Selenium to properly compare this, we will need to convert this hex value to RGBA. We have a couple of options, but we're going to use the fastest one, and that is we're going to use online converter. So paste here the value, and this is the RGBA correspondent of the hex value. Okay, let's add that to the test. So colors to check, and we're going to basically do two strings. The first one is going to be the background color, and it's going to have this format. And we also said we wanted to check this link color. Okay, so if we go to that link, we have here again the color. We copy the hex value, and we use this converter, and we will get the RGBA. Okay, we add another string here, link color, and this is going to be the RGBA. And now we're going to do our assertions. So check the colors. So as we did in the area tests, just copy this, it's a little bit faster. So the assert equals takes two parameters. So we have one of the parameters, which are the colors, but we also would need the values for well, the actual values that Selenium gets for us. So how do we get that? Well, we will store those also as strings. Let's see, the name, let's say Selenium background color. And how do we get the background color? So we get the success button, and we will take, instead of get attribute, we'll make here CSS value, and actually here we will write background color. Whoops. Yes, background color. And for the other value, I'm going to do Selenium link color. Your naming can be better. Maybe I should name this one to background color to check and link color to check, but let's just leave it like this for now. And we take the link button as we did in the previous one. So by pressing the dot, IntelliJ shows us all the methods that we have. And here we're actually going to just do color. Okay, so in the assert equals, actually going to need this one 2 times. And in the first one, we have the background color and the Selenium background color. And in the second one, we have the link color and the Selenium link color. We save this one and let's give it a go. And it seems it passed, which is perfect. But let's see if we would change these values here, add a 12 and also a 12, and make them run again. Just want to prove to you that they're actually checking the colors. And now it failed. And we actually get the information. So the first time it tried to check this, but the actual value was with the 1. And second one should be here as well, although I think it stopped at the first failure. But let's remove these ones now, and we have now a test that checks the two CSS values, and that also does a clicking of a button. In the next one, we're going to have a look at drop downs and radio buttons. See you in the next one, and thank you for watching.